Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah, today here we are going to have the contender for joining the proposal seminar. And then the contender here is Muhammad Kemal Zulfikar Permadi. You're
Yeah,
from class of 2020, yeah? And then your title here is Communicative Learning Strategy Impact, Enhancing Student Speaking Skill for Junior High School, for junior high school students. Okay, so Kemal, how do we are going to do this proposal seminar? I'm gonna give you a time to explain your proposal, 10-minute maximum, and then after that one, uh, you're going to get the Q&A with me based on all of your explanations, starting with the first chapter, second chapter, and then also the third chapter.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
Kemal? And
Yes, sir.
then, before we are going to start this proposal seminar, let's recite Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And try to be relaxed, please. It seems like you're so okay. I hope you're going to take a deep breath and then you can start explain your proposal. And then
Uh,
one more time, I do expect you're going to give a clear, specific, and then also comprehensive kind of explanations. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Best of luck, and then time is yours. Come on, come on.
Okay. Uh, I wanna share my PowerPoint first. Okay. Uh, for the first, thank you very much for Dr. Muhammad Sofyan Hadi, MPD, who has given me time to present the my proposal seminar. And for Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
First, my title is Communicative Learning Strategy Impact, Enhancing Student Speaking Skill for Junior High School. And and then my name is Muhammad Kemal Zulfikar Permadi. My NIM 20 to 22 0081050057, and my advisor is Miss Lydiatul Iza MPD. So my examiner is Dr. Muhammad Sofyan Hadi MPD. And next slide is introduction. Yeah, English proficiency is now desired by people everywhere since English is spoken all across the world. The language itself reflects this globalization. So, proficiency in various language combined with integrity makes a person stand out. Learning and mastering a second language requires patience, a support atmosphere, and and the help of a mentor or mentors. As Indonesian is not a language that is utilized internationally, but English. And then speaking is the process of exchanging to and sentiment orally, reflecting on past experiences and exchanging information. Ideas are the core of our communication, and words are tools for expressing them. And then uh, most language learners believe that speaking is the most challenging of the four language skills. According to Sumarso, Mulyani, and Bagis 2020, Nasution and Sukmawati 2029. 2019. Proficiency in all areas of language use, including speaking, writing, listening, and all other elements. These four language abilities are interrelated and crucial to the process of learning. The capacity of an individual to articulate oneself coherently in order to interact with others. It is essential for everyone to be able to communicate in language. This is done so that students can use language competency as a model to build their intellectual, social, and character qualities. The language is the most important tool for communication. And next slide, there is background of the study, a method of teaching language that places a strong emphasis on communication as the main objectives of language acquisition is called communicative language teaching, CLT. And using communicative language teaching that can be used to increase students' speaking skill. Uh, let me uh, let me uh, let me present that is the most suitable methods of teaching English are approved in the native countries, and communicative language teaching is a widely recognized an essential idea for language instruction. And next, limitation of the problem. For the first, there is how does the application of communicative learning approach impact on improving learners' speaking skills? And the second, what are the learning factors that affect the effectiveness of communicative learning in improving learners' speaking skill? Uh, researchers can utilize this problem formulation to help them create relevant and targeted studies that examine how communicative learning affects student speaking abilities. And there is next slide. There is research proposed. There are two for the first is to measure the extent to which communicative learning contributes to the improvement of learners' speaking skill in the language being studied. This study will identify change in speech skills such as fluence, clarity, flexibility, and accuracy before and after the application of communicative learning approaches. The second, to analyze the learning factors that can affect the improvement of speech learning in communicative learning. This includes learning design, teaching strategies used, teacher support, and other environmental factors that can affect the effectiveness of learning. And next slide, there is benefit of research. First, there is theoretical benefits. This research can provide a deeper understanding of how communicative learning affects the language learning process, including the factors that influences its effectiveness and the mechanisms involved in improving speech. And the second, practical benefits. There are two for the teachers and for students. For teachers is the result of this study can be used by educators to create more captivating lessons plans that will increase students' interest in learning speech. And for students, when teaching tactics are founded on scientific findings, learners can see more noticeable increases in their speaking abilities. And we are going to next chapter. Chapter 2 is literature review. literature review. For the first, there is speaking skills, description. Students in the class mainly use English for academic purpose. Therefore, when they have difficulty communicating in this language, it becomes difficult to carry out and successfully complete the overall educational process. According to Hizbullah Fatan 2016. Although English is a compulsory subject for junior high school students because it emphasizes communication. It becomes a matter of concern when students cannot speak the language. And there is speaking fundamental skill. There are 5 for words: pronunciation, fluency, comprehensive vocabulary, grammar, and confidence, according to Rahmatullah 2019. Pronunciation, why I choose pronunciation, fluency, and others, because for the first pronunciation, because the alphabet and words are composite of sounds. Pronunciation is the speaker's ability to articulate these sounds. So I choose pronunciation. And then fluence is said to be someone who can perform an action easily. And comprehensive vocabulary, learning a language requires a large vocabulary. Knowledge is the foundation. Vocabulary is a foundation. And the grammar, English grammar is a set of rules and techniques used to construct correct sentences. It's like when you want to say something, you have to in correct sentences. And confidence, the one I think this is important to speak English is confidence. One of the most important variables that significantly influence a student's success in oral performance is their level of self-confidence. Next slide is about communicative learning teaching, or CLT. Description: the communicative approach is based on the idea that learners are involved in real communication. The natural allow them to learn to use the uh, language in a different context, according to Suarez 2015. And there is design. Speaking is one of the language acquisition skill for which CLT, communicative learning teaching, is designed to meet the EFL goal. The purpose of CLT for pupils is to improve their ability to talk, listen, comprehend what is being spoken. According to Reginan Irwan 2020. And next, there is theoretical framework. So I will do CLT as a strategy, and next speaking skill as an achieved capability, and meet teacher and student perceptions. So the last, the result of the study. So in the chapter 3, there's methodology and procedures. Time and location in this research, the author choose SMP Al-Zahra Indonesia School, which is located on Jalan Dagoraya Villa, Benda Baru, Kecamatan Pamulang, South, Tangerang City, Prof. Banten. This study was conducted in each semester of academic year 2024 2024-2025. But before I write in my proposal 2023-2024, but I think I can do, because academic year 2023-2024 was gone. So now is academic year 2024-2025. And there is method of the study. Research use qualitative method. Qualitative methods research is a social action design that emphasizes society perspective to interpret and understand their experiences to understand individual social reality, according to Mohajan 2018. And next, research design. In this study, the varieties, a case study was the type of research used. Next, there is subject of the study. The subject of this research were class 9 students at SMP Al Zahra Indonesia School, which had one class. So I choose one class to focus on my proposal to my test. And next, there is technique for collecting the data. I choose two ways. There is interview and questionnaire. For interview, in this research, researcher conducted with English teacher of class 9 Al Zahra Indonesia Junior High School. These data instruments are used to discover their perspectives about application of CLT in their speaking teaching. Apart from that, interviews are also used to find out the reason that make CLT a strategy in learning. So I will interview the teacher to to find out the reason why the teacher used CLT. So before the teacher used CLT, how, and after the teacher used CLT, how how uh, English learning can effectiveness. And then there is questionnaire. In this research, researchers will provide a questionnaire containing 5 questions and 5 scales, which will be distributed via the WhatsApp application in the form of a Google Form link. The option offered for each statement in this questionnaire are strongly agree as A, agree A, neutral N, disagree D, strongly disagree as D. Each option is confirmed based on the numbers as presented. And there is technique for analyzing the data. In analyzing the data, several steps were taken by the researcher. First, the researcher interviewed participants to look for CLT perspectives for speaking development classes. I will interview 5 students to find out uh, the perspectives, and then involving teachers and students. Second, researcher interviews students to look for perspective, improving skills. Third, researcher give questionnaire to students to strengthen perspective for CLT. I will share questionnaire via WhatsApp, one class, and then I will choose 5 students to interview, and the 4 presented in written from the result of questionnaire and interviews. So thank you very much for your attention.
Okay,
I
that's all, Kemal.
apologize if I many mistakes. And
Okay, I gave you 10 minutes, yeah, and then I guess you took all the 10 minutes in giving the explanations. Yeah. Now let's go with your first line. Let's start with the title of your proposal. Come on, let's go with the first page, please. Okay. Okay. Here, to be honest, when you mentioned about communicative learning strategy impact, And then enhancing student speaking skills for junior high school. It's kind of remind me one of my paper, I guess, yeah, because I have a similar kind of paper that mentioning about communicative learning strategy. And my first questions for you, you here choose communicative learning strategy, and then you try to find out the impact, right? Okay, so what is it? CLS, according to you, communicative learning strategy, according to you, please. Come on.
CLS, not CLS, I mean CLT, but I choose the title Communicative Learning Strategy. Strategy is communicative learning teaching. Yeah.
Okay, let me repeat it one more time, yeah? The familiar kind of term that we use here, it is communicative. What is it? Learning strategy, or it is communicative learning, teaching and learning? Which one? It is CTL, or it is CLT, or it is CLS? Hmm? Go on. Which one?
CLT.
CLT. What is it, CLT? Can you read it? What is it? CLT.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Teaching.
Hmm? What is it?
Communicative learning teaching. I mean, why I write strategy for
It is communicative language teaching, or it is communicative learning teaching. Yeah. Okay, it's kind of different. Yeah, when you mention here it is communicative learning strategy. So I guess this kind of title, you try to pick it from communicative language teaching, CLT. Yeah, that's why previously when I give you the options, you took CLT, right? It is communicative language teaching. But here you put it in your title, communicative learning strategy impact. That's why I asked you, what do you mean by communicative learning strategy? But that it seems like you go back with the reference that mentioning about communicative language teaching. Yeah, that will be the first. And the second one, here, based on your explanation on the first chapter, second chapter, and then also the third chapter of your proposal, you're mentioning also enhancing student speaking skill for junior high school. So, based on this title, we are going to listen a success story of using communicative language teaching. Or, based on your opinion, you took it into communicative learning strategy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is a type of qualitative method that you pick, and then you're going to give the clear descriptions, yeah, about how success here, CLT, and then giving the impact in improving or enhancing student speaking skill. Okay, that will be for the first page. Now let's go with the second, please. Second slide, please. Okay, okay, you're mentioning many interesting facts, to be honest. You took it from some reference here when you put the introductions. But my first questions for the second page of your slide, uh, can you come with the comparisons between reading the text and then explaining the text? Come on. Reading the text and then explaining the text.
reading the text.
Yeah. So what will be the difference when you try to read the text and then you try to analyze the text? Which one? The difference.
Aku 2 kali udah pinter.
Okay, now let's go with the next questions. I taught you the questions. Yeah, reading and then explaining consists of different type, right? Okay, come with your explanations, please. It is a reading process or explaining process that you conducted while doing your proposal seminar here, especially when you read all the things on the first chapter. Because I saw that you read all the point here, all the note, and then after that one, I can see that your eyes looking at the note in front of you, and then you read also something. Okay, that's what I mean. Yeah. In your introductions, it will be better for you to be more confident in giving the reasoning. Why did you really need to conduct this research? Come with some fact, come with some data that mentioning, okay, you really need to conduct this research. Yeah, not only reading all the thing, English is proficiency, is blah 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 blah, speaking is the process. That's a common kind of what is it? That's the common kind of the introductions, right? You can come with some original kind of opinion. Yeah. Why did you really need to conduct this research? That will be the most important one. Before you're going to read, before you're going to what is it, get the access in reading a thesis, in reading any type of scientific work, we are going to find out it is really interesting to read or not. Okay, Kemal? Okay, next, let's go with the third page of your proposal, please. Okay, here background of this study, I guess it is similar type with this second page. Yeah. On your title, you're mentioning communicative learning strategies, and then here you come with communicative language teaching. If you're going to use this theory for your thesis, it will be better for you to put it on your title, because you're mentioning communicative learning strategy, and then on your background of this study, you're focusing on explaining communicative language teaching, right? And then here you call this one a method, but on your title, you call it as a strategy. So we have a strategy, and then we have a method here. It is similar, or it is the same, according to you. Come on.
Can I explain something?
Okay, come on.
Yeah, I mean, in the title, I write communicative learning strategy. In
Mhm.
learning strategy, there is communicative language teaching.
Mhm.
In
Okay.
inside communicative learning strategy, there
Mhm.
is communicative language teaching.
Okay. If you mention it that way, no come with the distinctions between the first strategy that you mentioned in your title and then the method that you put on your background of this study. Come on. Which one is higher, or which one is bigger? Which one is wider? It is a strategy consists of method, or it is a method consists of strategy. Come on.
Yeah, it is strategy consider the method.
It is strategy consists of the method. Really? Because previously you told me, talking about strategy, CLT here it is one of the, what is it, part of communicative learning strategies, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned here, if it is strategy, the strategy refer to the method of CLT. Okay. So you're going to confuse with your title, and then you put it on your background. It's different way. Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Okay,
not
Kemal. Hmm?
I'm not confused.
Okay, you are not confused. Okay, now let's go back with the first slide so you can have a clear one. Yeah, go with the first slide. Here, you're mentioning communicative learning strategy impact. So clear, if it is communicative learning strategy impact, you're gonna come with strategy, not switch it into a method. Got it? Yeah. And then on your background, you switch the strategy here with a method. If you try to ask anyone, any expert, and then any reference, any author, any researcher, they're gonna come with it's different between strategy and then method. That's why that was my questions for you earlier. Can you come with the explanations, the distinctions between method and then strategy? Because if you understand the difference between strategy and then method, so you're not going to confuse. And then you're mentioning you're not confused, but your explanations, your way based on your title, and then go in the first chapter, it's go another way. Do you get the point? Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's proceed with the part page of your PowerPoint. Okay, page 4, please. Okay, look at this one. You're mentioning how does the applications of communicative learning approach impact? Now you come with new term. Okay, you come here with new term. The first you pick strategy, and then next one you pick method, and then on your limitation of the problem suddenly become approach. Yeah. Okay. So and then how that you are not confused with this one? Yeah. First strategy, and then you switch it into method, and then you switch it into approach. 3 different terms, which has different meaning of it. Okay, and then next one, okay, for limitation of the problem, for the second one, you are not putting which one here. It is a strategy, or it is a method, or it is an approach. You have to be, what is it? You have to stick with the previous limitation of the problem that you put. If you put strategy on it, so you're going to put here, what are the learning factors that affect the effectiveness of communicative learning strategy in improving learner speaking skill? It will be the same with the first limitation of the problem. Is that clear enough for you?
Yes, clear.
Okay, next slide, please. Okay, next one here we got the research purpose. So this will be the aim, yeah, the goal of conducting this research. The first you're mentioning, yeah, to measure the extent to which communicative learning. Okay, so which communicative learning here? It is the strategy, it is the method, it is the approach. Yeah, contribute to improvement of the learner speaking skill in language being studied. So just pick it by yourself. Yeah, which one that you think it will be better for you. If you think strategy will be better, just put strategy every single time that you put it on your limitations, on your research problem, on your research purpose, on your theoretical and practical benefit. So we have one term for each of your explanations.
Okay.
Yeah. And then second one, to analyze the learning factor that can affect the improvement of speech learners in communicative learning. Oh, what is it? Communicative learning only. I told you, based on your title, your research purpose here, you're going to focus on discussing the impact only. Yeah. Why did you come with measuring here? The impact. What is it, the impact of using CLT or CLS or what is it, communicative approach? Yeah. Okay. So what is it, the impact of it? So you're going to focus on that one, or you're going to put it or you're going to separate into two research purpose. So come with it. Okay, that will be the second. Okay, next slide, please. Page 6, okay. Okay, benefit of the research. Theoretical benefit. Okay. How learning effect. Okay. Okay, mechanism. So for the theoretical benefit, you can come with the successful story of using communicative language teaching or communicative learning strategy or communicative approach in enhancing student speaking skill. That will be the theoretical benefits. And then for the practical one, I guess that should be fine. Let's go with the next, please. Next. Okay, this one. Second chapter consists of literature review. And then you, okay, it's kind of, okay, it's kind of different, I guess. Look at this one. You're from English department, right? And have you ever watched any previous proposal seminar or any previous thesis defense before, Kemal?
Yes.
Have you watched, have you attend any thesis defense or any previous proposal seminar?
I have seen 10.
10.
10,
Okay.
10.
Okay. To be honest, if you already watch or if you already attend 10 previous thesis defense or proposal seminar, I guess you are not going to repeat the same old kind of mistake, I guess. Yeah. On your literature review here for the descriptions, you're taking it from Hizbullah Fatan. Who is Hizbullah Fatan? Yeah, he is a native. Yeah, he's from Australia, he's from UK or from US. He's not a native at all. Yeah. If you're going to focus on speaking, try come with Hammer. Try come with Wilkinson. Try come with some relevant theories about speaking. And then second one, you're mentioning speaking fundamental skill, and then you took this one from Rahmatillah, 2019. Yeah, it's kind of, to be honest, I really, what is it? I really expect you guys from English department, you're going to use all reprints, all books, all article, all kind of the website. Refer to the content used by the lecturer. Yeah. Do not use Rahmatillah, do not use Hizbullah Fatan, yeah? Because 100%, to be honest, all of the lecturer, they're going to use this type of the reprints, yeah, in supporting any type of the explanations. Okay, next, please. Okay, next one, we have communicative learning teaching. Okay, there we go. This one here is communicative language teaching, or it is the communicative learning teaching. CLT, it is the same CLT, but on your explanation, CLT, it's different here. Yeah, speaking is one of the language acquisition skills for which CLT here is communicative language teaching is designed to meet the EFL goal. Yeah. And then Irwan, regional. Look at that one. Huh? Okay, if you're gonna take it from our English department lecturer, that should be fine. But from Irwan, regional, I don't think so. And then, okay, look at this one, communicative approach. What is it?
Is.
Ice or is? What was
Yes.
that?
Oh,
Okay, it's based on the idea that learners involved in real communications, their nature allow them to learn to use the language in a different context. Okay, so this one, here is communicative approach. Still, here it is a big questions. It is the communicative language teaching itself, an approach, or it is a strategy that you're focusing on. Yeah? And then next line, please. Let's go with the next line. Okay, for the literature review, theoretical framework that you have here, CLT as a strategy. Look at that one. So first, communicative language teaching as a strategy, or this communicative learning teaching. That's not a, what is it? That's not a proper kind of term, I guess, if you're going to do with communicative learning teaching. Yeah, it is communicative language teaching. That's the correct term that you may use for this research. Yeah? And then next, speaking skill as an achieved capability. And the next one, teacher and students' perceptions. And then the result of this study. Okay, in making a theoretical framework, you should come with what kind of impact that you are going to deliver for this research. The impact, for example, for these students, how good they are in doing a speaking skill. And then for the teacher also, how come that you suddenly put teacher and students' perceptions? If it is a successful story of using CLT in teaching speaking for these students, so you're going to focus on student, right? And then why did you put teacher and student perceptions on what here?
Because they are they are participants in this.
Okay, they are participants. Go back with the title of your thesis one more time. You're mentioning here the CLT impact, right? Okay, in enhancing student speaking skill, especially for junior high school, right? Yeah, and then why did you think you need to add the detail of teacher perceptions here? Why?
Uh, uh, According to me, if I if if I don't took the teacher, it's like forgets about the teacher in learning English. So I don't know.
Okay.
I just put the student only. So I need perception from the teacher too.
Okay, so you're gonna put it on your title, teacher and student perceptions on the use of CLT in teaching speaking. So problem solved that way, right? So you're going to focus on teacher and then also on students and the impact of CLT. Yeah, but based on your title, it's look like you're focusing on the students, and then suddenly on your theoretical framework, you put the teacher on it. Okay, that will be my suggestions for this one. Now let's go with the third, please. The third chapter. Okay, time and locations. Look at this one. Uh, you are joining a proposal seminar, right, Kemal? So you are not joining a thesis defense now here. You're mentioning this study was conducted in odd semester of academic year 2024 and 2025. Yeah. So it seems like you already completed the research while you are still working on your proposal, on your thesis proposal. Yeah. Okay, I hope you're going to revise that one. And then your research design, you're mentioning a case study was the type of research used. Okay, it will be better for you to give the explanations or give an elaboration of a case study. What kind of case that you're going to elaborate on your research? And the next one, we have the method of the study. Look at that one, Mohajan. Who is Mohajan? To be honest, if you attend almost 10 previous thesis defense or a proposal seminar, you must be aware that every single time we talk about research method, we're gonna go with our main source, main reference that we use Creswell. And then here, Mohajan, I never use this book in teaching you guys research methods. Okay, subject of this study, look at this one. The subject of this research were class 9 student at the Simple Azhar. Look at this one. Your subject, it will be the students. While your theoretical framework, you're mentioning two participants. First, it will be the teachers. Second one, it will be the students. On your research method, focusing on the students. That's why kind of confusing. Yeah? Okay, next, please. Next. Okay, with this one, technique for collecting the data, you're gonna do the interview with the English teachers, okay? And now next one, the questionnaire. Okay, and then look at that one. The first, in conducting an interview, you put a role as a researcher, a single researcher. And then, while delivering a questionnaire, you put it over there, researchers, in a plural form. How many of you conducting the research? Okay. Okay. Okay, so please just focus on one. Yeah. And then I'm kind of curious also what type of the interview that you're going to deliver. It is a standardized kind of deep interview, or it is a non-standardized kind of interview. And then it will be the same also with the questionnaire. Yeah, you're going to explain, or you're going to give the example. Okay, this will be the type of the questionnaire that you're going to use to conduct a research. Okay. Okay, next slide, please. Or that's all. Okay, technique for analyzing the data. Okay, look at this one. Several steps were taken. Okay, were taken. Yeah, one more time. It seems like you already completed the process. It is still a proposal, and then you use the past form in writing a sentence. Yeah. First, you're mentioning researcher interview the participant to look. Okay, participant or interviewing the subject of the research. Because on the previous one, your research subject for this research, you put it students, yeah, right? And then here you come with participants, consists of the teacher and then also the student. There are many kind of inconsistency in making your third chapter here. And the next one, second researcher interviewed. Okay, so the first you are all alone, and then second one you become 2 or 3 researcher here. Okay, researchers. Yeah, 3 Kemal, 4 Kemals. Yeah, interviewed students to look for perspective in improving speaking skill. Third researcher gave questionnaire to students to strengthen perspective from CLT for speaking development class. And then, okay, it's kind of when you're going to put the way of analyzing the data, especially for case study, you have to pick which expert, which reference that you're going to use. Yeah, based on, for example, John's theory, based on Harmer's theory. So you're not going to make it by yourself like this one, because when you try to look at the first, seconds, yeah, it's kind of random. It seems like you try to use your own on it. Yeah? Try to look for from Creswell, from Wilkinson, and then from any kind of the reference that match when they try to analyze the case study kind of research. Okay, Kemal? Is that clear enough? Okay, next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, next slide is thank you. I guess that's all, Kemal. And you have many things to revise, I guess. Yeah, and then I hope you're gonna come with the revisions, and then you will have a better kind of thesis proposal. Okay, Kemal. And that's all, I guess. Let's close our proposal seminar today by reciting Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. And then the last, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi